So, as you can see, Chinese made it known that he was leading the Talos back to town, and Dulia Chai came up and bear hugged him to the point where he is now. Well, he looks dead, but I'm sure he's just passed out. So that was an unfortunate cut because that was really funny. So yes. Yeah, my OBS crashed, so I had to restart it. Well, I don't know if OBS crashed, but my bitrate dropped to 0, which it seems to. I always attribute it to OBS, because if it was internet, it usually recovers fine, from what I've noticed. But
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
And if anybody disagrees with me, I have a bunch of golems to kill them. It's Vothry 2.0, no. Oh, the bear hug again.
Please.
Oh, that's so goofy. Alright, so that probably wraps up our Yulebor excursion, I would think. I dare say the future of Yulebor has never looked brighter. Sorry I wasn't much help. Still, seeing Master Chai go after those Talos was something, eh? Inspiring stuff. Thank you again for finding my husband. I confess I was not expecting your return to be quite so grand. That dear, sweet man, he is going to make the most wonderful mayor, I just know it. I'm fine. I just need a moment. That was quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word has spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. So that's our next step. Pain and pleasure. That's a fitting song to get. Despite the butterflies in his stomach, Chai News is prepared to address the masses. Oh, the crowd left. No need to fret, Callista. I have never felt better, and not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kai Shear, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gatetown and the derelicts? Course I will. Good lad. I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Vothry's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming she's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The doorman at the Crown Lift will show you up. My flying behemoth will attack this town. Oh, look at the lights. I suppose, I was going to say, we haven't seen that yet, but of course, because it hasn't been night yet. That's pretty cool. Has like Final Fantasy VII Gold Saucer vibes, kind of, to it. Take a quick screenshot. Can't see it as well from here. So we might as well... Actually, we probably should have just done this from the start, right? But we will just teleport up to the top. So the lift attendant's back behind us here. Chatting. Of a long line of lift operators I am. Oh yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The emergent is already filling up with the people of all persuasions, free and bonded citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, miss.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? It is a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthree's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthree. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness.
Like Lord Forthree did.
Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future.
Democracy and action!
However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
For Yulmore. That's your line. I clap for no man. No. The City of Final Pleasures, they used to call this place, back when the world was ending. But now I hope it will become the City of New Endeavors. Wasn't he simply wonderful? Seeing him take charge of the room as he did, oh, it reminds me why I fell for him in the first place. Now our work can begin in earnest. I very much look forward to seeing this Yulmore for the people. Seeing everyone come together like that, it was beautiful, that was. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. 'Tis but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all of these changes possible. They make statues of the Warriors of Darkness. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which this city stands. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It is too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you would say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? He put his shirt on for us. Yes, of course. Hath in bet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech. But there's folk outside these walls as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you've a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Callista. I hope to see you again before long. What a day! I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such a time as Yulmore's future was secured, but it is clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went on ours. So Elfino's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better's taken its place. And I reckon I want to be a part of it. This Yulmore for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you have clung before, and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Vows of virtue, deeds of cruelty. Elfino wears a satisfied smile, seemingly content with the state of Yulmore. Truly, to see Kai Shear thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. Yet, however much I wish to stay here and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmore, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Beklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. Still not quite sure how I'll do my part for Yulmore, but I'll think of something. Alright, back to the Crystarium then. Chocobo head dancing away there. And I think on that note, actually what we should do first Let's go to the Doman Enclave. And, at least max out my sales there. For the week. There we go. Now we're going the right way. Yep, just about. Oh, wow. On behalf of the Shazankai, Callista, I thank you for your support. Much progress has been made on the yard owing to Master Suranuki's guidance. I have no doubt he would enjoy telling you of his triumphs. As it happens, I expect I will soon have wonderful news to deliver to him as well. I should be glad if you were present for it. Alright, so he's through here. Oh yeah, there's a little bit more in here now than there was before. Again we are graced by the warrior's presence, to whom we owe so much. Look, look! Is it not a thing of beauty, glorious and splendid? Quick as a flash the carpenter's work, putting my smiths to shame, but so be it. More time for them to finally use that which they have built. Master Suranuki. Callista. By the Kami, what sorcery is this? The boy Hozan here. But you were for the west on Lady Yugiri's boat. To Eorzea's shore as I. There we remained for some time, but we are returned at last, Master Suranuki. All of us. All of the refugees who left Revenant's Toll safely arrived not long ago. They are resting from their long journey at present, but you should see them out and about soon enough. Thank you again for helping to secure their passage home. This day has been far too long in coming, and were it not for you, I fear we would still be waiting. I am told you have contributed much to the restoration of the Enclave as well. Truly, my friend, your generosity knows no bounds. Once we have regained our strength, we too shall join in the reconstruction. Much fire in the belly as always, boy, but you and yours need homes, beds upon which to lay down and rest. I'll not see you sleeping in the streets. Take what you need from our materials, Kozakura, and have housing built for our brothers and sisters. It must be done. Yes, of course. As you wish, Master Suranuki. I will consult with the Shazankai and make the necessary arrangements. Is it not wonderful, Callista, how our people care for one another? Construction of the yard is proceeding apace, and while resources have been diverted to provide housing for the returned refugees, all are in agreement that it is for the best. As you continue to contribute to the Shazankai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change? So that was like leftovers from the last time I donated, apparently. So we'll see what this last little bit does. I think I have another like 5,000 worth that I can do this week before Tuesday. And I'm guessing I have that much in the silver pieces. I have too much. Split. Oh, can't do that. I have to get out of it first. And then let's go to the armory chest. And we had I think it was pants. That we're not going to be able to wear on anybody until we would get Samurai to 80, which we don't have yet, or Monk, which we don't have yet. Oh, those are worth a lot, though. Something that's not worth much. These are worth 420 gil. That'll get us over it. Confirm. On behalf of the Shazankai, Callista, I thank you for your support. I am pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our efforts to rebuild the Enclave. So now houses have been built, I'm guessing. Hozan will be happy. Or at least the start of houses. Owing to your many contributions, the yard has seen further development. As you continue to contribute to the Shazankai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change? Though it pains me to do so, I must refuse any further contributions at this time. We have yet to allocate additional funds to pay gratuity for donations. Alright, so we will not be able to do that tomorrow. I hope this morning finds you well, Callista. If you have any questions regarding the reconstruction effort, I would be happy to answer them. So let's see the state of the Enclave. Look at that. Everything's starting to take shape. Okay, so at that note then, we will call it quits. Call it quits for the night. So we'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll continue forward. I think we're like right near the end of 5.1, and about to jump into the 5.2 content. So yeah, we'll just keep plowing through with that. We don't have the class quest to do, so there won't be anything for us to do with that. So yeah, that should be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. This is a lot of fun, and we're going to get close. I don't know that we'll actually get caught up by 413, especially with as busy as next week. Not this coming week's, well, this coming week's kind of busy too. Lots of irons in the fire, so we'll see what we can do. But I'll be back tomorrow night about the same time, 7:30 Central Time, maybe a little bit earlier. Might try to get a little bit earlier start. We'll see what happens. All depends on when work ends and, you know, how supper and walk and everything goes. But yeah. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Have a great night and take care. Hopefully you have a really good start to your work week.